Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Wylam here. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a really busy time for me, so that's why I haven't been able to create a lot of videos. But in today's Fuji Friday, I definitely have a lot of interesting things to discuss, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The first one I do want to talk about is the potential for firmware updates to be coming in the next couple of months. So we're talking about the May and June time period. It was actually reported on FujiRumors.com, so head over there if you want to know more details about it. But it looks like the GFX and the X-T3 might be getting some major firmware updates, which is always great news. And from all of the manager interviews that have been going around for the last couple of weeks, it seems like this could be a really good potential, but it does feel a little bit early and nobody was confirming anything really. So if I were to guess, I think the May one would probably be the GFX, because we've been talking about a firmware update for the GFX for quite a while now, and we really haven't seen anything new for that system. Maybe in late June we'll see an X-T3 update, because we still haven't seen the X-T4 yet, and we know there's more capabilities coming with the X-T4. And Fujifilm doesn't usually sell a new camera and then immediately transfer all of those new features to an older existing cameras. And we really don't know if there's going to be delay on the X-T4, because we've heard delivery dates from late April to all the way to mid-May. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on with firmware updates, but I'm definitely excited to get it, and hopefully it does actually come during the summer season when all of this COVID stuff is over and we can actually get outside and start using our gear again, which would be terrific. Moving on to the next subject, which is something that I've covered for quite a while now, which is the new Viltrox 33mm f1.4, which is now on sale on eBay. Now, the original price that was predicted was $250, and then Fuji Rumor has updated to $279. But if you were to go on eBay right now, they're selling for $329. At that price point, I wouldn't even consider getting that lens. At $250, I think that lens would be a really great value, especially with a lot of entry-level camera bodies and people who just wants to get into fast lenses at a very affordable price. And I think it was going to actually hit that. At $279, which is an extra 30 bucks roughly, you're starting to get into the range where it's really not that great of a value. At $329, 10 out of 10 times I would not buy that lens, because I could just buy a used Fujifilm Prime at that price, an f2, not an f1.4, but those are still really good lenses, and they're made by Fujifilms. They're backed by Fujifilms, and they're going to support those lenses, and you know the autofocus will work well with all of the camera bodies from Fujifilms. Add on top of the fact that Tokina is also coming out with their own brand of prime lenses. We don't know the prices on those. That's the only issue. If we actually knew that they were going to be comparable prices, I would just say skip the Viltrox ones and wait for the Tokina ones to see if it's any better. They say the Tokina ones will be supported by Fujifilms. In other words, Fujifilms has shared their protocols with Tokina. So those lenses technically could be more reliable, could be more backwards compatible, and could be more future-proof. So that is definitely going to be a great benefit to those Tokina lenses, which means they're going to be more valuable and they're going to resell probably a little bit better, especially since the Tokina name is pretty well known. So really, at this point, the Viltrox lenses did look good at a certain point, but now they're not quite as attractive as what I thought, because of all of these changes that are going on right now. I personally am going to wait to see what the Tokina lenses are going to be like in the fall, and then I kind of want to make my evaluations from there. The only issue with waiting is that those Tokina lenses were announced pre-COVID, so it was before everything got disrupted, so we don't really know if it's going to be coming out in the fall. And also, we don't know the price point of the Tokina lenses. If they're going to be similar, that would be great. It would be very attractive lenses to get. But if they're going to be $329, again, we fall into the price point where getting a Fujifilm's lens might be a whole lot better. Now, this leads us to another lens discussion, which we've been having here on Fuji Fridays for quite a while now, which is Fujifilms ever going to update their lenses, making a Mark II of their popular lenses? And it seems like from the interviews that they are considering it. And a couple of things to think about, and I don't really have an exact number and it's not really confirmed, but from what I hear, the maximum resolution of the current lens lineup is about 32 megapixels. So we're sitting at around 26. So I know the popular rumor is that I think the Sony was getting a 43 megapixel sensor. That one doesn't quite make sense if the maximum resolution that the current lens lineup will support is around 32 megapixels. Most likely what would happen is the next camera body with a new sensor will probably hover around 32 megapixels, which kind of maxes out the current lens lineup. And then the next one after that will probably be the Mark II lenses, which would probably go up to maybe 50 megapixels or 60 megapixels. That would kind of make sense because you would really want to maximize your current lens lineup before moving on to a Mark II. And you can kind of differentiate the Mark I from the Mark II because the Mark IIs are going to be higher resolution glass, or at least that's how I think about it. But I haven't really confirmed whether or not the 32 megapixels is the maximum resolution for the current lens lineup. And if it is, that's probably going to be the megapixels for the next generation of Fujifilm sensors and hopefully processors as well. Those are my thoughts on it. But again, they're not confirmed, but I think it's pretty interesting food for thought. So the last item that I want to talk about is the X-H2, which pretty much all of the interviews asked about the X-H2 because it's a very hot topic around the community, and pretty much all of the managers have said now that the X-H line is not dead. They're currently working on it, but it's really far off. So by far off, I'm guessing like 2022, 2023. I'm not expecting it anytime soon. And it looks like they're trying to be really innovative with that camera body because it really doesn't fit in the camera lineup right now. So we really don't know what they're going to do with that. Some of the interviewers asked whether or not it was going to be a more video-centric camera body, but they really didn't confirm anything. Whenever they're ready for it, we'll start hearing about it, and hopefully it'll be an interesting camera for everybody. But at this point, nobody really has any solid information, so it's really not worth speculating on at this point. Anyhow, that's all of the news bits that I want to cover. I have links below in the descriptions if you actually want to go watch the video or read the article on all of the interviews. It's really interesting, and I only covered small bits of it, so it's definitely worth a read. Definitely check those out if you're interested in what Fujifilm is working on and how they're handling current events. It's been a really busy last couple of weeks for me. That's the reason why I haven't been making a lot of video content. Trust me, if I was just at home doing nothing, I would be making videos every day on YouTube, because why wouldn't I do that? It's just that in this current environment right now, I have a lot of stuff to do. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's safe. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.